Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the truth, history, and hidden treasures behind the coins you might have in your pocket change right now. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating story, rarity, and extreme value of a seemingly ordinary coin, the 1977 no-mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel. This coin, if you happen to find it in pristine condition, could be worth up to $46,765 in the current market. So make sure to watch the entire video because this is not just a nickel, it could be your next big payday. Let's begin with a little background on the Jefferson nickel series. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, designed by Felix Schlag. The reverse side features Jefferson's famous Virginia home, Monticello. These nickels have seen decades of changes, but some years and variations stand out from the rest, and 1977 is one of those years, particularly the no mint mark issue. Now, when we say no mint mark, we mean the coin does not have a letter indicating the minting facility. Typically, nickels from the Philadelphia Mint during this time period do not carry a mint mark. That was standard procedure until 1980, when Philadelphia began marking their coins with a P. So a 1977 nickel without a mint mark may seem ordinary, but here's what makes this particular year and variant special. The 1977 no mint mark nickel has become one of the most sought-after collector coins not because of any one visible error, but because of a perfect storm of factors: its pristine condition, its rarity and high grades, and increasing interest from collectors and investors who understand how condition impacts value. The United States Mint produced over 585 million nickels in 1977 from the Philadelphia facility. But here's the key: most of those nickels entered circulation immediately, and over time, they were damaged, scratched, and worn down. What collectors seek are 1977 nickels that remained untouched, coins that are uncirculated and preserved in what is called mint state condition. And not just any mint state, but the highest known grades like MS67 or above. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC are assigned a number between 1 and 70. The higher the number, the better the condition. A 1977 no mint mark nickel in MS65 may be worth $20 to $80. In MS66, it might jump to over $500. But in MS67 or above, extremely rare territory, the value skyrockets, potentially reaching the unbelievable figure of $46,765 or more at auction. This leads us to an important part of coin collecting: eye appeal. The difference between an MS66 and an MS67 can be as simple as the absence of a single scratch, the brightness of the luster, or the sharpness of the strike. It takes an expert's eye and, more importantly, a coin that was perfectly struck and carefully preserved for almost 5 decades. There have been reported cases where a 1977 no mint mark nickel in nearly flawless condition has fetched jaw-dropping prices at auctions conducted by heritage auction houses or coin conventions. The buyers are often serious collectors, investors, or institutions looking to complete a high-grade Jefferson nickel registry set, and they are willing to pay a premium. Now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have this valuable coin? First, check the date, 1977. Then, look under the date to see if there's a mint mark. If there is no D or S, you have a no mint mark coin, which means it was struck in Philadelphia. Next, inspect the coin's condition. Is it bright, without wear, without scratches, with clean surfaces and strong details? If it looks sharp and uncirculated, then it may be worth submitting to a grading service. You should also weigh the coin. A standard 5-cent nickel weighs 5 grams. If yours weighs significantly less or more, it could indicate a planchet error or composition anomaly, which can further increase the value. The Jefferson nickel series has always been a collector favorite, but coins like the 1977 no mint mark in top condition are what elevate this denomination to elite status. What's most fascinating is that millions of these coins were made, yet only a few survived in perfect condition, and that rarity is what drives the price into 5-figure territory. Let's not forget the historical significance of this coin. In 1977, the U.S. economy was recovering from inflation, gas shortages, and the aftermath of the Vietnam War. Coins from that era saw heavy use in everyday commerce, making it even harder to find pristine examples today. It's a reflection of the time, frozen in nickel and copper, now a valuable artifact. So, what should you do if you believe you have this coin? Here's a step-by-step checklist. First, protect it. Place it in a coin flip or airtight holder. Second, do not clean it. Cleaning can drastically reduce its value. Third, consult a professional coin dealer or submit it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Once you receive the grade, you can evaluate its market value and decide whether to keep it, sell it through an auction house, or list it on a trusted coin marketplace. In conclusion, the 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel may seem like just another old coin, but in the world of numismatics, it is a hidden treasure. With a potential value of up to $46,765, this coin proves that sometimes the most valuable items are the ones you overlook. So check your change, look through your old coin jars, and you might just find a tiny fortune hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and hidden value, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another valuable coin alert. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a 1977 nickel and what condition it was in. Until next time, keep hunting, because the next big find could be right in your pocket. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors, history hunters, and treasure seekers. Today, we have something extraordinary to talk about. A coin that many people have handled without a second thought. A coin that hides incredible value in plain sight. The 2000p mint mark Jefferson nickel. Yes, that simple-looking 5-cent coin you might have in your change jar or tucked away in an old drawer could be worth a staggering $71,980. Now you may be wondering, how can a modern nickel from the year 2000, made by the billions, be worth so much money? What makes this specific version of the Jefferson nickel so rare, so desirable, and so historically significant? In this video, we will dive deep into the fascinating history of the 2000p mint mark Jefferson nickel, uncover the secrets behind its surprising value, and tell you exactly what you should be looking for if you come across one of these hidden gems. Let's begin with the background. The year 2000 marked the end of the 20th century and the beginning of a new era. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced hundreds of millions of Jefferson nickels that year, featuring the classic design created by Felix Schlag, which had been in use since 1938. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, with the word Liberty in script and the date 2000. On the reverse, you'll see the stately image of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, along with the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and the denomination 5 cents. Now here's where things get interesting. While most 2000p nickels are common and worth only face value, a very small number of these coins were struck with extraordinary precision on highly polished planchets, resulting in a brilliant, mirror-like surface. These are known as specimen or presentation strikes, coins that were likely intended for collectors, special sets, or as test pieces. Some numismatists believe that these special strikes were unintentionally released into circulation, while others think they may have come from a limited batch prepared for government presentations. In addition to these unique strikes, there are also reports of 2000p nickels with extreme die polish lines, misaligned dies, double dies, and other mint errors that significantly increase the value of the coin. One particular example, a flawless specimen 2000p Jefferson nickel with full steps detail on Monticello and an exceptionally sharp strike, was graded at an elite mint state 68 by a top grading service and later auctioned for a jaw-dropping $71,980. That sale stunned the numismatic world and cemented the 2000p nickel's place among modern rarities. So, how can you tell if you have a valuable 2000p nickel? First, look just above Monticello on the reverse side and examine the steps. The term full steps refers to clearly defined lines on the building's front stairway. Coins that show 5 or 6 fully separated steps without interruption or wear are rare and command a premium, especially in high grades. Second, check the surfaces of the coin. A mirror-like finish or frosted devices can indicate a special strike. Third, inspect for errors such as doubling, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These characteristics can increase the value dramatically. And of course, always look at the coin's overall condition. Coins that have not been circulated, that show no signs of damage, scratches, or wear, and that have been stored carefully in protective holders are far more valuable to collectors. If you think you may have a valuable 2000p nickel, consider submitting it to a professional coin grading service such as PCGS or NGC. A certified grade and authentication will not only confirm the coin's condition and legitimacy, but also add credibility and increase its market value when it comes time to sell. Now, you may ask, where can I sell a valuable nickel like this? There are several reputable options. You can list your coin on auction platforms like eBay or Heritage Auctions, where collectors from around the world are searching for rare coins every day. You can also bring it to local coin shops, rare coin shows, or contact online dealers who specialize in modern U.S. coinage. Always do your research, compare offers, and don't be afraid to get multiple appraisals before finalizing a sale. As always, this story teaches us a powerful lesson that everyday coins can hold extraordinary value. The 2000p Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how history, condition, and minting anomalies can turn a common object into a fortune. Imagine the thrill of discovering one of these rare coins in your spare change or coin collection, a simple 5-cent coin that could pay for a brand new car, a vacation, or even a college tuition. So, go ahead, check your coin jars, look through your old coin rolls. Search your change from the grocery store. Who knows? You might be holding a treasure worth $71,980 and not even realize it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more amazing stories about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a hidden treasure. And remember, every coin has a story. Keep searching, keep collecting, and one day, you might strike gold with just 5 cents. See you in the next video, and happy hunting! Hello, and welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're unlocking the incredible story of a humble-looking yet astonishingly valuable coin, the 1961 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel. This unassuming 5-cent coin could be sitting unnoticed in your pocket change, your piggy bank, or your old coin jar, but if you know what to look for, this particular nickel could be worth as much as $83,897. That's right. A 5-cent coin valued at nearly $84,000. Let's begin our journey by traveling back in time to the year 1961. The United States Mint was in full operation, and over 229 million Jefferson nickels were struck at the Denver Mint facility. This is identified by the small D mint mark located on the reverse of the coin, next to Monticello, the famous home of Thomas Jefferson. While this might seem like a huge mintage, the value of a coin doesn't just depend on how many were made. Rarity, condition, errors, and special features play a major role in what makes a coin so valuable. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The design was created by German-American artist Felix Schlag, featuring a profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Jefferson's Monticello home on the reverse. While many nickels from the 1960s are common and not particularly valuable, the 1961 D has some hidden gems, certain varieties, minting errors, and pristine condition examples that have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auctions and among collectors. Let's explore the historical importance of this coin. The early 1960s were a time of economic transformation and increased coin production across the United States. Yet, despite the high mintage, quality control issues and rushed production meant that many 1961 D nickels suffered from weak strikes, poor detailing, or other imperfections. That makes coins in perfect condition, with fully struck features, clean surfaces, and no wear, extremely rare. One of the main reasons this nickel can reach such a high value is its grade. A coin's condition is measured using the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. The higher the number, the better the condition. A 1961 D. Jefferson nickel-graded MS-67 or MS-68 full steps is almost unheard of. Full steps refers to the clarity of the steps on Monticello on the reverse side of the coin. These steps are often weakly struck, but if a coin has 5 or 6 full, unbroken steps, it's classified as full steps and collectors will pay a premium for it. Now, let's talk money. Most circulated 1961 D nickels are worth only face value 5 cents. But coins in uncirculated condition, particularly those with the full steps designation, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In fact, one extraordinary 1961 D nickel-graded MS-67 plus full steps by PCGS, the professional coin grading service, sold at auction for an unbelievable $83,897. That price wasn't a fluke. It reflects the growing demand for high-grade coins with perfect features and rarity. So, how can you tell if your 1961 D nickel is worth a fortune? Here are a few key things to look for. First, check the mint mark. You need a coin with a D mint mark on the reverse side. It will be to the right of Monticello, near the rim of the coin. Second, examine the steps on Monticello under magnification. If they appear sharp and distinct, with 5 or 6 clear steps, you may have a full steps variety. Third, assess the overall condition. Coins without scratches, marks, or signs of wear are far more desirable. A coin in mint state condition, especially one that appears as though it just left the mint, is a strong candidate for high value. Fourth, be on the lookout for errors or anomalies. Some 1961 D nickels have misaligned dies, double strikes, die cracks, or off-center strikes. These minting errors can greatly increase the value. If you think you have a potentially valuable coin, do not clean it. Cleaning a coin can destroy its surface and drastically reduce its value. Instead, place it carefully in a protective holder and consult a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to have your coin authenticated and graded. Let's recap. The 1961 D. Jefferson nickel is a common coin at first glance, but in pristine mint state condition with full steps, it can be incredibly rare and worth big money. The highest known sale of this coin reached $83,897, and that was due to its nearly perfect condition and desirable features. That means your loose change could be hiding a hidden gem worth thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. So, if you're a coin collector, a hobbyist, or someone cleaning out old drawers, make sure to check every nickel you find, especially those with the 1961 D mint mark. You never know, your next great treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and share it with fellow collectors and enthusiasts. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos about valuable coins and how to spot them. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of pocket change. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's video, we're diving deep into the incredible story, production history, and current market value of the 1980 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel 5-cent coin. This unassuming little coin, often passed through hands unnoticed, has become one of the most astonishing numismatic surprises of modern coin collecting. Believe it or not, certain examples of this coin have fetched up to $77,282 in today's collector market. Let's uncover why. Let's begin with the history. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by artist Felix Schlag, this 5-cent coin featured a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side and his home Monticello on the reverse. The series has remained remarkably consistent in design over the decades, with only minor modifications until the Westward Journey nickel series in 2004. Now, fast forward to the year 1980. The United States Mint was operating mints in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Denver Mint, designated by the D Mint mark, was responsible for minting hundreds of millions of circulating coins that year, including the Jefferson nickel. In 1980, the Denver Mint struck over 593 million Jefferson nickels. So how could such a common coin become so valuable? The answer lies in condition, rarity, errors, and provenance. Most of the 1980 D nickels were struck for circulation and saw heavy usage. That means they were passed from pocket to pocket, purse to purse, vending machine to cash register. Finding one in uncirculated or pristine condition today is extremely difficult. Collectors highly prize these mint state examples, especially if they show strong strike details, clean surfaces, and full steps on Monticello. What are full steps? It refers to the lines on the steps leading up to the Monticello building on the reverse. A fully struck set of steps indicates the die was new and sharp when the coin was struck. Full steps are rare, especially in older coins, and they add significant value. A 1980 D nickel with 5 or 6 full steps, graded MS67 or higher by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC, becomes exponentially more valuable. Now, let's talk about the errors and varieties that have caused this coin to soar in value. A small number of 1980 D nickels were struck off-center, on defective planchets, or with die cracks. Some were even struck on the wrong metal, a phenomenon known as a wrong planchet error. Others have doubling on the lettering or Jefferson's portrait, called a double die. These errors dramatically increase value, especially when authenticated. One of the most famous known examples is a pristine 1980 D Jefferson nickel graded MS67 with full steps that sold at auction for an astonishing $77,282. That's right, nearly $80,000 for a 5-cent piece that might have otherwise ended up in your pocket change. The combination of its superb condition, perfect strike, and rarity in such a grade made it a crown jewel for collectors. Let's break down the grading scale and why it matters. Coins are graded from 1 to 70 on the Sheldon scale. Anything above MS60 is considered mint state, meaning it has never been circulated. An MS67 is nearly perfect, with no visible wear and only minuscule flaws visible under magnification. Combine that with the rarity of full steps and a clean strike, and you have a coin worthy of headlines. Now, you may be wondering, how can I tell if I have a valuable 1980 D nickel? First, flip the coin and check for the D mint mark to the right of Monticello. Then inspect the steps on the reverse. Do you see 5 or 6 clean, uninterrupted lines? That's a good sign. Examine the surfaces under light. Are there scratches, nicks, or dull patches? Or is the coin shining, sharp, and seemingly untouched? If you believe your coin has potential, your next step is to have it evaluated by a professional coin grading service. PCGS and NGC are the most respected and will encapsulate your coin in a secure holder with its official grade and details. Let's also touch on market value and why coins like these can fetch tens of thousands of dollars. Scarcity drives demand. While millions of these coins exist, only a handful remain in the top grades with full details. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers report enormous interest from investors, collectors, and institutions who want to own the very best examples. These coins are historical artifacts, investment assets, and collectors' dreams rolled into one. Even outside the ultra-high grades, 1980 D Jefferson nickels in MS65 or MS66 condition with full steps can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And those with rare die varieties or min errors can demand even more. So check your change. Look inside your old coin jars, check your inherited collections, or visit local coin shops and estate sales. You never know, your next big treasure might be a 5-cent coin minted in Denver over 4 decades. To summarize, the 1980 D mint mark Jefferson nickel is not just a common coin, it is a symbol of how condition, rarity, and collector demand can transform ordinary into extraordinary. With a top-grade example valued at $77,282, this coin proves that sometimes the smallest denominations hold the biggest surprises. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into numismatic treasure, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a discovery. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a rare nickel in your own collection. Until next time, happy collecting and keep your eyes on your coins, because one might be worth a fortune. Welcome back to the channel, where today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. If you're holding onto a 1994 Jefferson nickel with the Denver Mint mark, you might be in for a huge surprise. Believe it or not, a specific 1994 D nickel has made headlines for reaching a jaw-dropping value of $62,982 in recent auctions. Yes, you heard that right. A 5-cent coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. In this video, we're going to explore everything you need to know about the 1994 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel, its incredible history, what makes it so valuable, and how you could potentially cash in if you have one of these coins sitting in your collection. Let's start with the history behind this extraordinary coin. The 1994 Jefferson nickel was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the key facilities responsible for striking billions of coins every year. The D Mint mark stands for Denver and can be seen on the obverse side of the coin, to the right of Thomas Jefferson's bust. In 1994, over 776 million nickels were minted in Denver alone, making it seem like this coin would be extremely common. However, what separates the valuable ones from the rest is not the quantity, but rather the quality, condition, and rare minting errors that occurred during production. This coin is part of the long-running Jefferson nickel series, which started in 1938 and continued until the Westward Journey series began in 2004. The 1994 edition is one of the lesser-discussed coins in the series, until now. Why it's valuable? So why would a coin with such a high mintage be worth over $60,000 today? It all comes down to condition and rarity. Among the hundreds of millions produced, only a few coins survive today in flawless, uncirculated condition. We are talking about coins that have been preserved perfectly from the moment they were struck. No scratches, no nicks, no discoloration, just pristine surfaces and full strike details. These coins are often graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. One of the highest graded examples of a 1994 D nickel received a stunning MS68 full steps designation. Full steps refer to the clarity and sharpness of the steps on Monticello on the reverse of the coin. Achieving this level of detail is extremely rare and is one of the leading factors that skyrockets the value of the coin. A full steps nickel in near perfect grade is a trophy coin for any serious collector. Mint errors, but that's not the only factor that can make this coin valuable. The 1994 D nickel also has a few known mint errors that collectors hunt for. These include off-center strikes, double die obverse, and even coins struck on the wrong planchet. Any of these errors can add hundreds or even thousands of dollars to the coin's value depending on the severity and visibility of the error. Imagine finding a 1994 D nickel struck 20% off-center, or one that shows doubling in Jefferson's profile. These mint errors are not only rare, but they also make the coin unique, essentially a one-of-a-kind treasure, auction records, and market value. Now let's talk about the staggering value this coin has reached. A top-graded 1994 D Jefferson nickel with full steps and a certified MS68 grade was recently sold at auction for an astonishing $62,982. That's right, a coin originally worth just 5 cents turned into a 5-figure payday. This sale caught the attention of collectors and investors all over the world and has since driven up demand for high-quality examples of this year-end mint. The market value for average circulated 1994 D nickels is still low, usually between 5 cents and $1. However, if your coin is uncirculated and especially if it has full steps or a recognized error, you might be holding something worth thousands. How to check your coin? So how can you check if your 1994 D nickel is one of the valuable ones? First, examine the coin under good lighting. Look for the mint mark D next to the year on the obverse. Then, flip the coin to the reverse and look closely at the steps on Monticello. If you can count at least 5 complete, unbroken steps, you may have a full steps example. Next, check for any unusual features such as doubling or signs of a minting error. If your coin looks promising, the next step is to get it professionally graded. Services like PCGS and NGC can certify the coin's condition and help you unlock its true market value. The certification process ensures that your coin gets the recognition it deserves, especially if it's truly rare. Selling the coin. Once your coin is graded and certified, selling it is the easy part. You can list it in major coin auctions like Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, or even eBay for a large audience of eager buyers. Keep in mind that certified coins always command a premium price. If your coin has that MS68 full steps label, you could be in for a life-changing payout. To wrap it all up, the 1994 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel might seem like just another coin in your pocket change, but under the right conditions, it could be worth a small fortune. With pristine condition, rare mint errors, or a full steps designation, this 5-cent piece could bring you tens of thousands of dollars. So don't overlook your change. Take a close look at those nickels, especially from 1994 with the D Mint mark. You never know when you'll strike gold in the form of a valuable coin. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow coin collectors. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a 1994 D nickel or any other rare coins. We love hearing your stories. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting!